hopefully this pops back in. And our audio might be live, so we can talk like it's on. And hopefully these changes, sorry, we're really kind of new to the streaming, and so we're working through all these issues. I tell you, every time we have technical issues, but we work through them, and then it ends up working out all right. So um, hopefully, right. Okay, so hopefully we're back on. If the issues are resolved, great. If not, it might be like, so this uses a lot of computer right now because we have Tabletop Simulator open, we have Discord open, we have a lot of stuff going on, and then the streaming, software. So hopefully it's not that my computer stinks. Um, it's back up. Is it working? Okay, great. Well, problem solved. So I'm not sure where we left off, but we're starting to build our characters, right? So we all selected our starting character. Jim is the wizard. We build our decks from these starter cards. That's how we get our hit points and our cards to start with our deck. As we level up, we're going to get new cards that add new hit points and new cards to our decks. And that's how we're going to be building our character and progressing them as we go. So Jim, you've got your character. You're all ready to go? Nope. So, so you've built your character, and basically what we're going to do next is we have this huge campaign guide, which guides you through all of your fights and encounters. And so we can start the story. Every character has a background. It's still skipping a bit? Come on, man. I don't. Is it good enough, or should we try and fix it? I'm happy to do either. I don't really know what else to do to fix it. I'm not very good at this. Um, I mean, I'm happy to try whatever, but if there's a suggestion for ways to fix it, I'm happy to try them. I could try and lower the resolution again, if he thinks that would be best. Everything looks like it's going okay on my end. It says that the usage is. I mean, it looks pretty good. Is it still skipping a little bit? Okay. Okay, maybe it just needed to. Should we try and power through? If it gets bad, then he can let me know. We can try and fix it. Sound good? Cool. All right, so Jim. So the campaign guide starts with a little bit of a story. So we're going to tell you, I'm not going to go through every character. We got to leave some mystery here. And yeah, it would just take way too long because we're not going to be streaming for 4 hours. So I'm just going to tell you about your character, Elwyn. You're Elwyn the wizard. You're catching up on your reading when you hear a newborn babe crying in the distance. Suddenly, you feel the presence of a new and powerful source of magic and are almost knocked out of your chair. But before you can even gather your thoughts, you hear an alarm. You cast your mind skywards. Goblins, the village is being attacked. So if you read everybody, you'd know the village is being attacked with a two-pronged attack. There's a goblin attack at the front, at the gate, and then there's an alarm in the rear of the village where there's another goblin party attacking as well. So right off the bat, you're going to get an option when you get through this campaign guide. You can either go and guard the gate, the village is lost if the goblins control the gate, or you can investigate the alarm and protect the villagers. So which one do you think you want to choose, Jim? Guard the gate. Awesome. So then what you're going to do is you flip to the page it tells you to, and it gives you a whole setup for the characters. It tells you which bad guys to have in the game. It tells you how they behave, their hit points, all of their special abilities, and then how to set up the board. Luckily, we've already got that all set up right here, and we're ready to go. And so now we can start an encounter. And so I'm going to explain to you kind of what we can do within an encounter, Jim. So yep. That's correct. So this fight we're doing, if you chose the other option, you would never see this playthrough. Does that make sense? So you're just going to skip this completely. It branches off, and you would not do this again. And each fight has different rewards you can get, and different bonuses you get from defeating them in certain ways. And so you would, just not see certain items or things that, every playthrough. And it's great because you're going to see different options all throughout. And then the next time you play it, you can do it differently, so that it's just a different experience every time you do it. A little bit, right? Between all of the millions of different classes you could be. Right. Right. Yep. And one right, and one thing we tried to do, because okay, so we had to try and balance it in. Yeah. Oh, really? Nick talk. It should be on. Talk now. Can they hear him? We are the worst. No, it should be going. I really. I've got. No, they're all turned on. I'm watching them, and actually, yeah, it's not picking you up right now, which is weird. Why? No, Discord seems to be running fine, and your audio is coming through on my end. So I'm not sure why. Here, let me throw in. Yeah, it should be. Sorry. Oh my gosh, we're terrible. Hold on. I might have this.
Things to communicate.
Perfect. You do that while I figure this out. I'm sorry, everybody. We'll get this, though. I promise. I'm actually really not sure what to do about this.
I think I just heard Nick. I can hear Nick.
Nick, say something.
Hello, test. Can you hear me?
Test.
Okay.
Test.
So it looks like Jim's coming through now too. So whatever you did just then, Dan, fixed it.
Yeah, we can hear all of us now.
I didn't change anything. It's cool though. Hey, it fixed itself. That's great, right? So
Okay, so
okay.
Change nothing, it still comes up.
Hey, that's
so
great.
What we were talking about that they may or may not have heard is basically that you, depending on that very first choice, you've now changed what the game will be.
Yes. And so
now
you're seeing one of two different fights, and you're not going to see the other fight. You're not going to get the rewards you would have gotten, and you're not going to basically go through the same path that you would have gone through had you made the other choice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so Nick just pulled the campaign guide over here, and again, this tells you how to set up the whole fight. It tells you where the players can start, tells you where the bad guys start. It tells you all their abilities and everything they're going to do and how they're going to act during this encounter. So now that we've got that done and we've got it set up, we can play an encounter. And so here's what's going to happen. Jim, every round we're going to sort and display initiative, and this is basically the order that the characters act in. And so the boss gets 2 initiatives in this fight. Some fights they have 3 when they're really bad bosses and they're really difficult. And every player gets to take actions on their turn. So on a player's turn, you can play 2 cards from your hand, you can play your class feature, or you can discard a card to make a half of a move.
Yep, so you're never stuck. You can always discard a card to make a half of
and
it.
So
everything's rounded down.
Yep. So to start the round, Jim, if you could draw 4 cards from your deck, okay. And that's going to be your hand.
It says I'm a gray spectator, can't interact.
You have to set your color.
Oh yeah, select the color that's over the wizard, which should probably be a blue dot.
Okay. Yep, I'm getting it now.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, yeah,
Tabletop simulator.
And you can also right-click on the deck to draw, so it kind of goes into your hand instead of just setting the cards out.
And only at the start of a fight, if you so choose, and you don't like your hand, which I didn't like mine. It was all heals, and no one's going to be hurt right off the bat. Only at the beginning of the game you can reshuffle everything and draw again. So
my hand is amazing, so I'm keeping it.
What did you get, Nick?
Everything, a little bit of everything, which is perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I got a fireball, a basic attack, 2 basic attacks, and a teleport. I don't know if that's good or not, but it sounds good.
Good enough.
Yeah. Oh, teleport is special. If you look at the bottom of your little class guy, this has that yellow star, which indicates free. So that doesn't count towards your limit of 2 actions per turn.
Yes.
Okay.
And fireball should, and fireball should have that explosion, which means it's an area of effect attack. So you kind of target that center square, and then it goes out that many spaces in each direction.
The other thing I'm going to point out, Jim, you should know going into this that every fight has an objective and a bonus objective. If you beat just the objective, you still win the fight, but if you beat the bonus objective, you're going to get like extra rewards, cooler loot, and just more options. So it's always better to go for the bonus objective, but chances are you might die doing it. So for this fight...
This is the tutorial fight, though, so hopefully we don't die.
Yeah. We made this easy so people can kind of learn how to play the game without dying miserably and hating it right off the bat. So you should be able to win this fight. And this is the only fight, if you lose, you restart it, because you really shouldn't lose this fight.
But it's another thing of video game mechanics that usually they make the first level easy so that almost anyone can pick it up and learn it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep. So for this fight, the objective is defeating Rigby, who's the main character in the middle here. Once Rigby's defeated and basically knocked out, the fight ends immediately. So what we want to do is, if we can before then, go for the bonus objective, which is defeating all of the melee goblins and the goblin archers that are there with Rigby. So if we kill everyone else first and then Rigby, we're going to get better loot. So we might want to go for that.
Yeah. And in a 3-player game, you can see the stats for the goblins. Rigby has 15 hit points in a 3-player. The melee goblins have 8, and the range goblins have 5 apiece.
And
what's the max number of players we could play this level with?
5.
5.
Okay.
Yep. 3 to 5. Yeah.
Yep. So you can play with 1 to 5 players, and if you have less than 3, you just have to control 3 or more heroes.
And in a 2-player, it's easier. Each player plays two heroes.
Yep.
2 heroes.
And if you look at the campaign guide I'm holding up, the fights scale based on player count. So there are either more bad guys, they're going to have higher hit points. Some abilities are going to be stronger or hit you harder if there are 5 players. And so there's a lot of variation based on player count to kind of balance for the different numbers of players.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
And one thing to know about this fight, the bonus is to defeat all the minions before you defeat Rigby. But he is going to spawn 2 new minions as soon as he reaches half hit points or less or fewer.
I thought you were repeating the bonus stick, and I was like, I just said that. Were you not listening to me?
No. Just to point out that you want to defeat them first, so you need to get them to half to force the rest of the guys to spawn. Yeah. If we want to beat the bonus.
Exactly. Okay. And then, Jim, and I didn't mention, so on our turns, we're taking actions. On the boss's turn, every boss, except for one, actually, has a deck of cards, and the cards tell you exactly how the boss and their minions are going to act on their turn. They're done in order of operations, and they're done pretty much exactly as they're listed. So it might just say, goblins attack if they're in range, and then they move. So basically that would mean they would attack first. If they can't, they move. They don't attack after they move. You follow it exactly as it's written, and it'll activate certain bad guys at certain times, and if there's ever kind of discrepancies as 2 things could happen at once, it's player's choice as to which happens first.
Okay.
Did we pretty much cover everything, Nick, and then we can stumble through the rest as we play?
Yep. And also at the end of your turn, you can always discard a card, because you always drop to your max at the beginning of the round. Mm-hmm. So it can be useful to, if you want to kind of sift through your hand in your deck. But I'm up first. I shuffled out the initiative, so you can see that at the top.
I don't see that. Oh, yeah, it's all the way over here.
Yeah, I put it in.
Okay, so we have fighter, boss,
Dan,
wizard, boss, cleric.
D. Alts, I can't pronounce the name, says, hope Dan Dice rolled better this
Oh,
time.
yeah, we had some pretty bad rolls.
Last time we played, I got ones every time for myself, and whenever I attacked my fellow, because I'd roll for the bad guys, I was rolling 5s and 6s all night. It was horrible.
Yeah,
but-
we died like right before we were about to win the last
so
one.
close. It was like one die roll away from winning. And so one thing I want to mention about the initiative order, all my lights just automatically turned off. Alexa, turn on the living room lights. so okay. So the initiative order is done at the beginning of the round. Some characters have passive abilities where they can adjust themselves in the initiative order. So the archer, their passive is they can move up or down one in the initiative order. So it's really fun sometimes if your whole party does at least one level of archer and everyone can just jump around initiative. Some characters like the ninja can go to the beginning or the end. You can find lots of ways to kind of manipulate the initiative order there, and that just, it's a sacrifice if you really don't want the archer abilities. Other than that, it's still a nice thing to do because then you can get, you can really control how the initiative is going to play out throughout each fight. All right, are we ready to go? So Nick, you're going first, right? I'm going to go
Yes.
to. Oh, sorry, where are you? You're all the way to the left here, right?
Yep.
What kind of cards?
So
you
I'm
got?
going to play. I got a basic move that I'm going to play first.
Yeah, I'm just
And my
gonna
character
zoom in
can
on
move
the-
up to 4 squares. So I'm going to go 1, 3,
Yep. And so
4.
anyone who missed it when I was talking about it before, characters can move orthogonally. They cannot move diagonally unless they have an ability that allows them to. Some characters do.
Yep. And I'm going, because I'm the tank, I'm going to plant myself. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to plant myself right here.
Awesome.
And I don't need, I'm close enough. I'm not going to need my range attack, so I'm going to discard that. So that was my turn. That was my 2 actions. I moved twice.
Now you're gonna
and
get
next-
beat up.
Yep. Now we're going to draw a boss card to see what
Yeah, I'll do
happens.
that. And, see what we got. So for the boss, if Rigby
Smash
starts,
and grab.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if Rigby starts next to a player, which he's not, he uses Smash, which is his most devastating ability. Otherwise, he moves to the closest character, Nick, and makes a basic attack.
Yep. So he can move up to I think 4, I believe.
Mhm.
So he can get there. Yep. And so he's going to make a base attack of a white die.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll gladly do so.
That was almost a 3, Dan.
I know. I got a 2. So the white die is like
Yep.
a D3. It's got a 1 twice, a 2 twice, and a 3 twice. So you're only going to get a 1, 2, or 3 on the white die. So he bashed Nick
So
for
I-
2.
Yep. I took 2 damage.
Nick,
and
what's
I'm
your
at
health?
8. I'm at 8. I'm
You
okay.
start at 10 though. And then
Yeah, I
so
start at
then
10, yep.
after Rigby goes, gang members move to the closest character and make basic attacks.
So that's going to be me again.
Yeah.
And they also move 4. So
Boop, boop.
this one can reach me. 1, 2, 3, 4. This
You're
one
gonna
can't
need
quite there. Maybe. Dan discarded all his heals though, so we'll see that.
I still have 1. Okay, see, I only hit you
Okay,
for
1.
1, so not too
That's
bad.
okay. That's a
Not too
scratch.
bad.
I'm the
Okay.
tank. I can take this.
And then the
I can take this.
archers, what's their range again? Sorry.
Archers have a movement of 4 and a range attack range of 4.
2, 3.
So they
4.
can't reach anyone.
Yeah, so but they can move within range.
Yeah, they are going to move, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. So I put it right.
Yeah.
there. Oop. Ah!
Oh no, Dan! You destroyed the world.
Sabotage simulator fail.
It's okay. We can put it back together real fast. It's not the
Dan-
first
Dan
time
does
I've
this at
done
least-
this. Every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because you dropped a guy under.
I'm not touching anything, Nick. You handle this.
All right. This happens at least once a game.
Mhm.
As Tristan can attest to. Like, you see, Dan, like go.
It's
It's happening because
goblin-
we're both pulling on. There
No,
we
it's the goblin's bat.
Okay,
It was-
one person grab it.
go. Yeah. All right.
All right.
So Rigby's here.
Yep.
Melee goblin. 2.
It was right in your face.
We'll, yeah, we're gonna rotate her though, so she
Okay.
doesn't conflict with Rigby.
And then this one's gonna be here.
Yeah. And this one started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yes. I'm not touching anything. You can move characters from here on out. So that's everything. So now it's Elwin's turn. Jim, you are up.
Yeah, that's you. You are the
So,
wizard.
I do the blue die, right?
Nope. So you play 2 cards, and so
2 cards.
yep, you can't attack till you're in range, which your range again was 1 to 4. So you have to be at least 4 away from someone to attack them. So say this character here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have to get to this space here. So if you have a move,
Okay.
you can do that. And Jim, just so you know, your fireball, when you play it, you want to play it wisely. It is an area of effect. So you're going to pick a spot, and it's going to hit everything within range 1.
So it's the standard kind of area damage.
Yep. And so if you dropped it right here, it'd be great. You'd hit Rigby and this goblin, but you'd also hit Nick. And you're not close enough to do that yet, but I'm just, for example, giving you that.
Okay.
So,
Now I need a. Do I need a basic move card?
yeah, do you have one?
No, I've got a basic attack, teleport, and
Ooh,
fireball.
You could teleport
You
with
could also-
Nick.
Yeah, you can exchange places with me for free.
Do you want? Is that something that's be smart at this point?
They're gonna go one more time, so I mean, it wouldn't be great for you to be in there
Okay.
as the wizard. You could also discard a card to move a half move, but your
It's still
yours
one
your move is
range, so-
3, so that would put you at 1.
But
Okay.
you could move, say, here and drop a fireball here and just hit
You could
this
blow up
one
that
goblin.
goblin. Yep.
Play it
Okay.
early on and hope it cycles through, right?
So I would take my
Not
teleport card and place it up here.
So you're discarding them. So for everyone who doesn't know, all the cards have symbols on it. If you play teleport, that star on top means it's a free action, so it doesn't count as your 2 you can play during a turn.
Okay, that's good to
Okay.
know.
Yep. But where you're discarding it, it does count as an action because that's the
Right.
action you're taking. So you can discard it and make a half a move, round it down, so your 3 becomes a 1. So you can move 1 space. Don't forget you can move 1 diagonal every turn, so you could use your.
Did I want to get? I have a basic attack. Should I have wasted the basic attack over the teleport?
Yeah, I would probably hold on to the teleport personally.
Do you have 2 basic attacks?
I have 2 basic attacks.
Okay, yeah, then I would do that. Yes, because you're gonna need
Okay.
something to bop them with when you get close.
Okay, so then I'm able to move my my character up 1. You said
Yes,
okay.
and then if you wanted to play your fireball, you could drop it right here and hit this goblin.
Okay, so then I would play my fireball like
All right,
this,
we're finally gonna do some damage.
and I'm aiming.
So the fireball, if you look at it's range 4, and it's a blue die,
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
and it has an area effect of 1.
I'm right next to and diagonal to Nick.
Yep,
No, you can drop it in the
Two-way.
square that I pinged. Yep,
yep.
Okay,
and then you just hit the goblin.
Because if you
but-
do it next to
uh,
Nick, you're gonna burn Nick.
Yeah.
okay.
I
So then
fixed.
I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, we can roll the blue die. 3. So that goblin
Okay.
took 3. And she went down from 8 to 5.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to see what the goblins do next. Dan, do you want to do that?
Oh yes, I can do that. Sorry, I was trying to open the Twitch chat because I did not have it open because I didn't want it to slow my computer down. All right, so
All right.
minions.
I
on
also-
the move.
I locked the boards, so we shouldn't have any more board chaos.
Thanks, Dan proofing them. All right.
Yeah, Dan proofed the
So
ones.
minions on the move is gang members move to the closest character and make basic attacks. Gang
All right, so
archers
that's me.
make a basic attack if they're in range. So
All right, so I'm going to take 4 attacks, so this is not
yes,
ideal.
You should have totally teleported, Nick. All right. Here's the
No, but
first two.
then Jim would have taken them, so I don't think that's any better.
So that's
All right,
1.
I'll take that.
You can also use
Ouch.
your
I could.
class feature.
I'm probably going to end up.
All right.
I don't need it yet.
2
but
more.
I'm going to need it. 3 more.
3 more.
Okay,
And
so that's
last
another one out.
Oh, and a 3. So that's
All
a lot of damage to you right now.
So that's 4. So I'm at 2. Did you roll all 4 attacks? I think you have 1 more, right? That was just 3.
No, I did 4. I got a 3, a 2, a 1, and a
And a 1.
1. So you did, yeah.
Yeah.
7.
Yep, and I was at 8. So I'm at 1 hit point. So I am going to use my my heal. As a response, I can when damaged, I can heal a red die. So I'm definitely going to do that. So
Yes.
that brings me back
Where is it? I'm gonna
back up to 5.
Wait, before you do that, sorry, I was zoomed
Yep.
in on the boards. I'm just showing. So this is his class feature. And the class feature, again, it's a card on your player board that you can use as an extra card in your hand. For this one in particular, it has that blue shield halfway down it, which is a response.
It's got like a little reply symbol.
Mhm.
Yep. So it's
So
a
when
response.
something happens to you, like this is when damaged, you can play it out of turn, and he'll heal a red die. But the red X means once he uses it, it's out for the rest of the fight. So he won't be able
Yep.
to use it again until our next fight.
It does not get shuffled back in.
Hmm. All right, that was brutal, Nick, but you survived it, so we're good.
I did survive. I
You
went down to
did
1
it.
hit point.
All right.
I
Now, what would have
almost got
happened-
knocked out in the tutorial fight.
Nick, what would have happened if you got knocked out? Are you done for the rest of the game, or how does it work?
No, I am knocked out. Dan, any healing that Dan would have, or the archer, or one of the other characters, can be done. I can't take any actions, but people can get me up.
Yes.
We also have these.
So I would
revive
swoop in and
potions.
save the day, basically. And
But we do also have 2 revive potions. So that will get you up to your half health.
yes.
So it's kind of like a Phoenix down if you're playing
Exactly.
Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Yep.
You lose some
Exactly
cards
like a
from your
Phoenix Down.
deck, and so you can't use them again in this fight. But the thing is, so we have 2. Once both are used, if anyone gets knocked down, we lose. That's one of the lose conditions. And then the other is if everyone's knocked down all at the same time, you lose. And then some fights have other special lose conditions. So those are the main ways you lose.
And sometimes you're penalized for using the revive potions. But you can also use the revive potions to reshuffle the initiative order if something bad really happens.
And then the other thing I was going to mention is what was I going to say? I don't even remember. Doesn't matter.
It's your turn, Dan.
It's my turn. Okay, so basically I moved close. I moved 3 spaces closer, and I think I'm going to Divine Flames this goblin right here. This is the one that
right.
we've already hit once, right, with the fireball?
Yep.
So wait, how much did we hit it for?
3. So he's got 5 left. She's got 5 left.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to Divine Flames her for sure. And that gets removed. Oh,
yep.
I do remember what I was going to say, I think. It was about the resurrection, but you can make the game harder or easier by adding more or taking some out too. So it's in the rules with what's standard for player counts, how many to use, and you can add or remove some so that you can adjust the difficulty of the game for yourselves. All right, so I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna drop a little Divine Flames on this goblin.
Oh, you got it.
5.
Ooh, that looked good.
Yes.
Nice.
See, my rolls do come in handy sometimes when they're high. I mean, I'll kill you, Nick, but I'll also kill that goblin
That's
next to
okay.
you. So, all right, and Jim, the other thing is at the end of your turn, before we finish the roundup, you can discard 1 card from your hand if you'd like. So if you want to kind of cycle through your cards faster, every round you can discard 1 of your cards if you don't like it.
Okay.
Which, I don't know. I think I'm good. And so that's the end of the round. So now you can draw back up to 4, Jim.
Okay, I have a basic attack and a teleport. Should I keep both of those?
Yeah, I would. No.
He might not need the teleport now, but
I mean,
it's probably not that
his
hold on to
movement's
it.
only
Yeah.
3 and he's pretty far away, so
That's true.
he might have to trade with you, and you can run back in with your charge or something like that.
Actually, just to draw a charge.
So you're saying I
So
should take the basic?
We shouldn't have that knowledge in hand when he's discarding, right?
Yeah. No, we wouldn't
It's
have known
okay.
yet.
I mean, we can game the system now. We're learning the game, it's fine.
It's okay to cheat.
Yeah, you can discard it, Jim. It's
So
fine.
keep the basic
No,
attack.
keep it all. Keep
get
it
rid
all.
of it?
Sorry, I said discard, but keep it all.
Okay.
All right. One person said the good thing about Tabletop Simulator is you're not going to hurt your back carrying that game box. Yes, it was unbelievable. So I received the prototype copy and our proof copy, and that was about 8 or 9 pounds. And I mean, I'm in pretty good shape.
Bigger.
I'm in decent shape. I could pick heavy things up, and when I picked it up, I went, huh, like I made an audible sound. It was so bad. I just wasn't expecting it was so big. And so then we finalized everything, and we added thickness to the cards. We increased the card stock, and that brought it's now up to 10 pounds. So it is huge, and the box is huge. It's like 13 and a half inches by 12. I mean, it's just a beast. It's big.
But the thickness of the cards will mean, it's more durable and people can get plays out of it. And then instead of it breaking apart after like 5 plays or whatever.
And I don't know if you know, Letterman Games is pretty good
know,
about like
really
replacing things if you need it too. So it's something you'll never have
What
to
do I
worry
do
about.
with the cards on the top? Do I keep those? What are the,
That's your discard pile. So you can just form like a little discard pile.
Yeah, you can form a little
I like things to be neat, so that was kind of driving me nuts.
Oh.
So
See, I don't care.
did the new initiative.
I should show you my dining room table right now. Me and my kids are playing a campaign, and it's sprawled everywhere onto my kitchen counters. It's a mess, and when you come home, it's a nightmare because there's just stuff everywhere. But
I love how your girls are the biggest fan of this game.
This summer, we've probably played 6 campaigns already, and we're on our.
That's 6. I thought you guys were on like 3.
They want to explore everything they can do, so we played through, and they're so just so everyone knows too, they're 5 and 8, and so it took a little bit, but the cards have images, so my 5-year-old who can't read knows what actions those are after a few playthroughs.
It's amazing.
And she just knows what card, and she's like a little tactician over here. She's like, I can play this, move here, kill that person, and then revive on the next person. Like she knows what she's doing every time. It's unbelievable.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so new round.
I did
Jim,
the
you're up
Jim's
first
up first
again, so you can go.
Oh, do we lose Jim's audio?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here. I missed what you guys just said, so sorry.
Oh no, you're up first.
We
I
said
did
it's
I'm
your
up
turn.
first? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't see
Yep.
that on the
Yep.
turn order.
So the
Sorry.
initiative
see
is
that.
at the top here. Jim's first, then the boss, then I'm going last again. Come on.
You're going last again. That's not bad for the healer though.
I know. It's fine.
Okay. So we're looking. I'm way in the back.
Yep.
I have fireball, teleport, base, and 2 basic attacks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You could teleport with me as a free action, right?
And then just drop some fireballs.
And then just drop fireball and attack. Yeah.
So how do I do a free action? Do I have to?
So
You just play
yep.
it.
So you just play it, and it doesn't count towards your limit of
Just
2.
throw it out there.
So I don't have to put it out here then?
You do. It still you still play the card, the action
Yes,
card.
you play the
But
card.
it just
Play it
doesn't.
out here, but it's not going to be in my discard pile.
No, it goes
It
in your
will.
discard pile. It just doesn't
It-
count
okay.
as your 2 actions you've played.
It doesn't count against your
Oh,
limit of
You know
playing
what I
2
mean?
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got it. Now I got it.
It's like a
so I'm
freebie.
teleporting.
Mhm.
Yep. So you're gonna switch with me. Bloop.
Boop. I'm not touching anything. I'll just sit here and watch.
So do I want a fireball like right in the middle there?
Yeah, you could fireball
You
like
could
right
either do
here
it
and hit
over
those 2 range
here
guys,
Or here, but yeah.
or you can do this right and hit the boss
Mhm.
and that melee character.
I mean, you said you have 2 fireballs, so
Which
you
one
could
do
just
you
do
think I should
both. I would do both. I mean, I'd drop a
I mean,
fireball.
taking out the 2 range guys would be pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think that would
Okay.
start there, and if they
So
die,
two
then
range
just,
guys then.
so just drop a bomb, man.
Drop the bomb.
Drop the bomb.
I use the blue die.
Yep, blue die for fireball. Yep.
That's the one picture on the
Okay.
fireball. So I told you, Jim, you have your basic attack, which is on your card, but then when you play other action cards that aren't basic attacks, they have the die you're supposed to roll pictured on them.
Oh, okay. I can barely see it in terms of the color.
Yeah. Well, so it has a symbol on it too. So it has the
Ooh,
little sword.
5. All right, those
Whoa.
guys are gone.
So you killed them
Just
both.
nuked.
That's
Nuke
great.
those guys. Excellent.
Okay.
And then-
Now I can't do anything. I can't do a basic attack. I'm off of him,
You-
right?
You can because the teleport was free, so you still have 1 more action.
But did you
Okay.
say you also had another fireball?
No, I got 2 basic attacks.
No. Okay. Go for it. Kill everybody.
You could basically attack that goblin or the boss.
So bring the basic attack.
Hmm. And so that is
Yep.
red for you, right? Because of
Yep.
the die in the top left corner.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
We
here's
tried
the
to make
red die.
it, somewhat simple. There's a lot of rules in this game.
3.
Go with you 3.
Nice. It's like a little neck.
So, it says down to 5. Yeah.
Which one? Who did you attack, Rigby or the melee goblin?
Whichever one was smarter.
The melee goblin.
Yeah, we're going
just to
for
get-
this
to get-
bonus here. So I mean, so remember the bonus objective is to kill everyone else first. So let's just go for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, bonus objective sounds great.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
2 more
so-
are going to spawn eventually, but yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
now the
All right.
boss goes. And what's great is if there's any actions by the
ranged.
ranged ones, they don't count anymore. So smash and grab. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so
All right, so you're definitely getting smashed.
if Rigby starts next to someone, Jim, he's going to use smash.
Which is
so-
a blue die.
Yes. So that's a blue die. So normally,
Snake
remember, they roll the white die, which is 1 to 3. The blue die is 3 to 5. So you're going to get hurt a little bit more.
Yeah.
And this is my job because I'm so good.
So 4.
4.
So you can
Could have been worse.
so you can take 4 damage, which is
Mhm.
bad because you only have 60 points. It'll knock you down to 2. But you can look at your class feature. It would be a really good time to use it.
Okay, so how do I zoom in on Tabletop Simulator?
If you hit Alt,
Hover
when you're
and hit
moused over
Alt.
something,
Okay.
it'll zoom it up. Yeah.
Ignore 1 damage. Okay.
No, ignore a white die plus 1.
So you roll a white die, and then you add 1 to it, and you ignore all of it. Oops.
Okay.
So he hit you for 4. So
And if you hit R while you're hovering over the die, it's kind of flips it through the air for you. Yeah.
all right. So you rolled a 1,
So
but
you
it's
ignored two.
that plus 1.
Mhm.
So you ignored 2. So you're only going to take 2 out of the 4.
So that's not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, I'll click it.
Could be way
There's
worse.
there's like a little sweet spot in the middle of that. That could have been a lot worse. Yep. What else happens on that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's more. Gang members move to the closest character, Jim, and make basic
All right.
attacks. So, all right, there's a lot riding on this. Oh no, because you have 4 now. So, all right, now you're down to 2.
All right, but if he hadn't played the Arcane Shield, he'd be down now.
Yes, And you also still may not survive the night because they get another activation after Nick.
No, but the range guys are gone. So.
No. I mean, the
Oh
boss
yeah.
goes again after you.
Yep.
So.
All
You
right.
know.
So it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the fighter thing and charge.
Ooh.
So I basically move +1, and I can actually move through people. But it'll get me next to Rigby.
Good thing you were able to move through people, Nick. That was real helpful there.
No, but the move +1 mattered though.
Yes. No, that was great.
And I'm going to take a swing at Rigby. And I'm going to attack him for a red die.
And we're going to need someone. So once Rigby gets hurt, he's going to spawn 2 new minions in the back.
Once he goes to 7. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I hit him for 3, so that puts him down to 12.
Perfect. But we may want to be careful not to. We might not be able to do this boss objective. We're getting beaten pretty bad already.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
All right. Oh, he's going to smash someone else again. So.
No, but I can choose to take it
this time. Yeah. All right, so Rigby is going to smash.
I'm only at 5, so this is still not great.
We're gonna lose the basic campaign.
No.
We can always focus on Rigby.
You've got your cleric here. I'm gonna kill everybody. It's cool. No.
All right, so Dan, you want to roll that smash on me?
Yeah.
Don't roll a 5.
It's a 5.
Come on, Dan.
Every time. Sorry, Nick. All right, so Nick is down. And
now, the question is, can you put the pieces upside down in the real game like that? That'd be impressive.
Unfortunately, no.
You just lay them like they're actually dead. Okay. So now, Jim, you're going to get attacked by this melee goblin here. Oh, that was a weak little roll, but it was for 1. So
which is good, because, he's still up.
All right. Okay.
Come on, Dan. You better do some pretty amazing stuff now.
I'm just going to move and attack. No.
You don't have any heals? You do have a heal. You always have a heal.
I know.
You have a soothing bomb.
I'm kidding, Nick. I'm kidding. Okay. 1, 2. You're 3 away from me, right, Nick?
Yes, I'm 3 away from you.
Well, that works out perfectly because I have a healing prayer, which can use up to 2 away, and I can roll 2 dice. So
it does get removed, though.
I know, but I've got more. I've got 3 of them.
So that was such a good heal, Dan.
Heal for 5.
So, Dan, Retro Game Brews suggest a Phoenix down at this point. Just an expert tip.
I don't have any Phoenix downs, unfortunately, but I do have a soothing
We do have the revive
bomb.
potions. Yeah.
It's a very nice soothing bomb, mint scented. And so this is a range 5, and I'm going to heal you as well, Jim, because, the 2 of you are doing all the damage up there, and you're just getting wrecked. So I'm going to heal you for 4. Look at that. That was a pretty good turn, I'd say.
So you healed Jim for 4?
Yes.
All right, so he's up to 5.
He's
We're
up
both
to
at
5.
5.
You're
that
up
was,
to
that
5.
was that was some good healing.
Thank you. I'm actually going to discard one of my basic attack. I'm going to discard a basic attack and try and get some more, just to keep you all alive. So, all right, cool.
Nick, I was about to say we need to trade it in on our cleric because the healing skills.
No.
I couldn't have done any better clericing that last round. Okay?
That was incredible clericing.
Prior to him rolling, I was about to start saying we need to trade him in for a better model, but
no, that was good.
All right,
good job.
So we are in a new round. So Jim, I don't know if you discarded a card or if you chose if you wanted to or not. But if you did or did not, either way, you can draw up to 4 again. You always have to do it at the start of the new round because if you redraw, that could affect responses and other things you can have. So you don't get to redraw until the next round. Initiative order, Jim goes first again. So it's going to be Jim, boss, me, Nick, and then the boss again.
I love all the art, by the way. I love the art for charge.
Oops. I'm
rock toss.
Doing terrible with the keys here. But yes.
Oops.
Yeah, the art came out really good. So Nick and I originally didn't have art on all these action cards, and the campaign funded pretty well. So we're like, let's do it. But we got a lot of art for the game. How many pieces do we have after the campaign? It was like 70 or 80 pieces.
It was close to 100 pieces of art. Yeah,
it was a lot of art, but the cards look phenomenal. Is it? Yeah, I'll show you. Right? Look how good that looks. The artist Jacob Croft just put so much character into these characters. Like he just gave them really great expressions, and they were awesome. I love Rock Tuss here. She's pretty badass. But also there's some like taunt where the faces they're making, they're unbelievable. So yeah, I'm very glad we.
Great sense of character. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Dan, can we get some of that bomb in the merch store? Your secret bomb?
No, unfortunately, you cannot. But your cleric drew another heal, so I got you covered.
Okay, so drop at this point.
Yep.
Yes.
So drop to
Yep.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, you dropped to 4.
Should I get rid of a basic attack or did I get more?
No, it's up to you.
I think you're in a pretty good place. It's nice to have an attack because we're right in the
Just
thick of
figure
things
I'd
right
ask before I clicked.
Oh,
Yep. No,
yeah.
good.
Where I got
Yeah, so someone was just saying
3
Quill.
basic attacks and a basic move.
Okay, well that's good. That gives you options.
I was just saying, someone
and it's good to
commented
have
that they
attacks.
that Quill rocks. Quill's the cleric. I know Quill is awesome.
Yeah.
But they also were saying that we just released new art for a new character today, Lane, the Goblin Alchemist, and so we have plans for a future expansion, which is going to have a new starting character. So we have right now, I'm trying to think, it's over 20 elite classes, and we're going to add some more elite classes as well, but we wanted to add a new starting character, which is the alchemist now. So the alchemist is going to have potions they can equip. They can like throw the potions and they do all sorts of cool things. They count as a lower level cleric or wizard, so they can also level it into elite classes that require cleric or wizard. And it's just really a fun new character that you can explore that we just thought would be really fun to add. So we're excited to
What
be doing that.
is an elite class? What defines that?
Anything that isn't the starter classes that requires.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know, like,
Yep.
you got to go 2 levels up, and that's elite, or whatnot.
So it depends. Some elites like the barbarian requires 2 levels of fighter, so you have to go fighter 1, fighter 2, then barbarian. But something like the paladin is fighter 1, cleric 1, paladin, right? And some require more than that. But what's cool about this game is you could always do it later too, Jim. So you could go like fighter 1 through 5, or you could go fighter, cleric, paladin. Then you can go back to fighter 2, then go barbarian. Like you can jump all around and do it in any order you want as long as you meet the prerequisites. There's no set order you have to do any of it in, which is fun because then you could be a barbarian like 25 different ways, and it's never the same because your deck's going to be different. The cards are going to synergize differently, and it's always kind of a little bit different depending on how you get there.
So if you end up getting to a barbarian, but you also previously had some magic capabilities, do you bring any of those traits into your new barbarian that has magical traits of some sort?
Yeah, so you get things like, so the wizard, level 2 wizard, is going to get a card that is a dice ability, and it allows you to add extra dice to your area of effect abilities, right? So for the wizard, that's specifically going for fireball, right? It's going to juice up the fireball a little bit, but there are all sorts of other classes that have area of effect abilities as well. So as you start splashing around, that wizard's ability is going to be increasing everything, right?
Okay.
And so yeah, there are a lot of cards like that that are gonna, if you play wisely, you can get some really cool characters that do some great effects.
Yep, and you kind of have to balance. Okay, am I going to level up in the class that I have to get better at this, or do I want to start spreading out and getting some new stuff? And there are a lot of deliberate like synergies between the different classes.
Yes.
Some really cool combos.
And
if you're if you're one of Dan's daughters, one of you is always a Dark Knight.
And so you can get it where you
too.
It's sometimes better to move your way around versus just going straight up through a class.
Yeah, I mean,
things.
Yep.
We try to make both viable though.
Yep, like I mentioned, Jim, earlier, right? If everyone went Archer, we could all jump up and down the initiative order, but then we've all kind of only gone for Archer, right? But so if you stay within your class, typically you're going to get less cards, and you're going to get kind of really refined at what you do. And then as you jump around, you're going to have more options, right? Like you might have some heals and some fireballs and do some other cool things, but you're going to have a bigger deck. It's going to be sometimes harder to get to those cards. You're going to have more class features, which is cool, but then you have more to sort through, and like it's just going to take longer to get to the cards you need sometimes. But you'll be more well-rounded, and you know. So there's just they're both good for different reasons. They both have their drawbacks for different reasons, right? And so, like Nick said, we tried to make it so that they're both, you know, options you might want to choose, and it's really up to you however you want to play it out. Yeah. So Jim, you get to go first again. So you're up, and you can do.
I like this going first. I think it's my natural role.
I mean, it's beginner's luck, I guess, but every time you're batting 100% for going first.
Okay, so I have 3 basic attacks and a basic move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not directly in front of either one of them.
You are considered adjacent, like so.
So I could do a basic attack and potentially hit the Wraith or whatever this guy is.
Yep.
The goblin?
And actually, your basic attack actually is range 1 to 4, so you don't have to be adjacent. That's the advantage
Oh,
of being the
okay.
wizard.
I didn't understand what that meant. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, so you have a
Okay.
range of 1 to 3. Yeah, did you say that so that you can...
So I'm gonna do a
Yep.
basic attack then.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go after the this guy here.
The gang member.
Nice.
Yep. And so
So-
I use the
Have we
red
hit
die
this one
because
yet?
on my
Yep.
card it's got the red
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So
What
I'm
does this
gonna
one
go
have
ahead
left?
and roll.
2.
Oh, 2.
All right. So she's down to 3.
So close.
Should I go after her again? Try and
I
knock
think
her out?
yeah. Let's try and
Absolutely.
and
With
take her
that
off
red
the board.
die, I
Yep.
mean, you should be able to knock her out. Unless you
Yeah,
roll
two's
really
actually
Going
poorly.
for it.
Yes!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
See? Love
Retro
it.
Game Bruce says small victories are important.
That they are.
It's true. Very true. All right, so that is that. So now the boss gets to go again. Come on, Rigby. You got this. So the game...
Oh, this is the best.
Yes,
This is the best
this one's
result.
great because all of the minions should be attacking, and we've wiped them
Yeah.
all out. So Rigby does
So, yeah.
nothing, and we get a quiet night.
We got a free turn.
All right. So that brings it to me. I'm gonna do a basic move. So for the cleric, the movement is 3. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and come right on up here next to my buddy Jim. Elwyn the wizard, and I am now 2 from Rigby, so I'm gonna do a basic attack. And see what I did. A 3. So that's not bad. Rigby's down to 9,
Nope.
right?
Yep.
Now, Dan,
Yes.
with your heal capabilities, could you have healed all of us higher? Like, is that...
Yes, he had another
well,
heal on his hand.
Now-
You can never go above your maximum, though, Jim. So you're at 5 and your max is 6 right now. So if I did
Okay.
a heal and rolled a 3, you would still just stop at 6.
Okay,
I
that's what I
definitely
wanted
could.
to make sure. You couldn't like super low, you couldn't just be sitting there super
There
low
is-
with hit points.
So someone
There is
mentioned-
one. There's a character who can do that later.
Okay.
Yes, and there are characters like that can eventually use heals instead as attacks if they'd like, and things of that nature. So
Oh, the paladin.
Yes.
Yeah, paladin can attack with the
Mhm.
heals. Yeah.
which is kind of fun too, because then you have that option of, well, I don't need this heal, but now I can drop it as an attack on the Rigby. So someone said, oh, Rigby's in trouble, but don't forget when Rigby gets to 7 or lower,
Yeah.
2 more goblins are going to spawn out, and we have to decide if we want to still go for the bonus or if we just want to
Yep.
wipe out Rigby. So
Well,
And
it's my
you
turn.
lose opponents if they're still alive.
Correct.
Okay.
yes,
But we can still complete the scenario. We just won't get the bonus loot. basically.
correct.
All right. So I'm gonna do a basic attack.
Mhm.
3. All right. So that knocks him down to 6, and that is gonna cause
Yeah.
2 new goblins to spawn. So there's gonna be a melee goblin, boop, and a range goblin, and they have the same hit points as the previous ones. They have 8 and 5.
Yes.
What's the range again?
4. They move 4, and the range goblin attacks for 4.
Yep. And then the
Okay.
melee is range 1, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes they're like further, depending on the fight. So some of
Yep.
these characters, we see again in later fights.
All right. So I'm gonna. Well, they're pretty far away, so I'm just gonna drop my other basic attack
Okay.
on Rigby, and we'll get him low. So another 3. So he's at 3.
All right.
So we have the opportunity to just take him out if things seem like they're going really, really
lull
south.
him into submission is what we're gonna do. Here.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna
Now,
discard a move.
can Rigby heal, or does he have any capability where people can heal?
Not in a 3-player game.
Yes, Rigby has an ability in a 5-player game.
4 or 5.
4 to 5. That whenever you kill one of the other goblins, that you roll the white die and heal him. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
So,
and
So
he
is it
doesn't
like
do that. He
Hannibal,
doesn't-
like gets a little bit of extra energy from his dead
Yes.
companions.
he gets mad and like fires them up.
All right, so Rigby's going to make a basic attack, and this is going to be an either of you two. So who wants to take the hit?
Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I would guess because you're the tank, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. All right, 2. I'm at 3
Two.
though.
Could be way worse.
I am very low.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, the melee goblins move 4.
Yep, they're 4. Yep,
She is out there.
she's coming. She's coming.
All right.
All right, that's
Cool.
it.
That's the end of the
Next
round.
round.
So Jim, yes, you can discard a card if you so choose, and then redraw back up to 4.
Yeah, and you reshuffle your discard into your. That becomes your new
Wanna take
deck.
a risk and get rid of the basic attack and hopefully get some more because I got a basic move?
I have
sound
faith in
smart,
you.
or-
This sounds great.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I have no idea. You never know how it's going to play out, Jim. But that's a risk you take. Hopefully, you get your fireball.
Yeah. They are going first next round, though.
Okay, so now I've got to reshuffle my deck.
Yep. Yeah, so you can press F to flip it, right?
So F to flip,
Yep.
And R
then
to shuffle.
R, yep. If you press R over
R to
it.
shuffle.
Yep, and then just draw
Yeah.
as many as you need.
Okay.
Yep. Is D draw? I think D might be draw. But you can also just right click.
No, if you just
I
if
was
you
just
hit the
trying
number,
to do it where I put it back in the spot that it was because I'm anal retentive about that sort of thing.
if you
Oh,
hover
here you
if
go.
you hover over the deck and you hit like 2, you'll draw 2 cards to your hand.
Yeah. But yeah,
okay.
if you hold it and click hold, you can move an entire stack of things.
There's a lot of
Okay.
fun little shortcuts you can learn.
Yeah.
But then don't use any other programs because they're all going to have different hotkeys as well. So, like Tabletopia, everything's different.
Yep. So they're going first, Dan.
Awesome.
So Retro Game Bros said Rigby more like Pigby. I'll let myself out.
Wow, that was bad. Rigby moves to the closest character and makes a basic attack. Who's going to take it this time?
I can take it.
Awesome. Bashing on 1 for 3. Sorry. I'm just so good at being the bad guy. Alright, and then this lady's going to come real close, but she's not going to do anything. Because gang members make a basic attack if they're adjacent to a player, otherwise
Right,
they
but they're
move
not.
towards closest. So that's it.
All right. So
That
you're up, Dan.
brings it to my turn. I mean,
We need some heals.
do we? Okay, yeah, I'll heal.
We do. We definitely do.
Who needs to be healed?
Both of
2.
us.
I got
I'm
2.
at yeah. I'm at 3 and Jim's
All
at
right,
2.
Jim, here you go. I wanted to attack, but you're all gonna
Do not
keep-
lower your guy, Nick. It says 7 on my screen.
That's the rogue. Go over one more.
Oh, okay.
Fighter. I'm at 3. Yeah.
So Jim, you can heal 3,
So it puts him back at 5.
and then Nick, you can heal 5.
5. Yes, puts me back at 8.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Another great round of clericking.
I do my best for you too.
All right.
It's the least
Are
I
we?
can do after destroying you.
Are we going for the bonus?
Yeah, let's. I mean, you're all healed pretty well. Let's go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna charge, and I'm actually gonna charge through Rigby. All right. I'm gonna go bloop in between the two of them.
Do you want to go for this one here or no? Because I think you have the most movement. So if
I've
anyone's
got
gonna,
2 basic. I can do 2 basic.
I mean,
moves.
oh, but
That means, I mean, if you want to go tank those guys, you could. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. I'm not gonna hurt anybody that far away. So I'm just saying something.
Do you want me to go after him? Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. All right, and then I'll just charge again then. So I won't be able to attack, but I can get right up to the archer.
Or if you wanted to stop behind this one and attack this one, and then your next turn. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
whatever. I mean, whatever.
Well, I was just gonna stay close to both of them, but
Okay.
if it's gonna be my job to go for the archer, I will do that.
It's not my job. That's all I know.
All right. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll take one of those
Okay.
charges back then, and I'll do basic attack against that melee goblin.
Sweet.
2.
2. Come on, Nick.
All right.
You should have just done 2 moves.
I should have just moved. You're right.
No, it's fine.
Um,
You did great.
I'm gonna discard.
All right, Jim, you are up.
So my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do a basic move, and is it the white die for my moves or the red die?
No, you just
No,
moved 3.
you just move 3. Yeah.
Just
Up
move
to
3.
3, yep.
Okay, gotta grab hold of my little guy.
So, Jim, if you look at your wizard, on the bottom left corner, there's a little boot with a 3.
Yep.
So that's your movement. I also have
And you have
Ari,
1 diagonal move too.
and Nick has a 4.
3.
Yeah. And you can actually move diagonally once too.
If you so choose. But you can't stand on the goblin's head, Jim. So close.
So you can move there if you wanted, right?
Okay. Well, and should I just do a basic attack and hit that goblin, or
Do you have
Yeah.
a fireball?
no? I only got a basic attack.
Yeah. Then
Yeah, fireball would
yeah.
be perfect, but yeah.
I know, right? You
Yeah.
could bomb that archer in the back, but okay. Yeah, I would just basic attack that goblin. Go for it. See if you can destroy
Okay,
it.
basic attack,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use the red die. We're gonna roll. Nice.
5.
I wish I'd done more damage.
That's
'cause
how
now
you
that goblin's at
attack,
1.
Nick.
I know. But that goblin's at 1. If I had if I'd done anything other than the minimum, that goblin would be down.
Yes, someone asked, you get more loot for killing Rigby right last, right? Yes, so the bonus objective, so the fight ends right when you kill Rigby, that's the main objective. And
Yep.
once you, so if you kill all of the goblin minions before killing Rigby, then you get the bonus loot.
Yeah.
And you also get different options. Some fights, you're going to get more options for branches in the campaign you can go, and if you don't do the bonus, then you just get like one path you can take. So it can affect your choices and where you go in the campaign as well.
So you could end up wanting to do one thing, but you had a mistake occur, and suddenly you didn't get your objective, and therefore you can't go down that fun thing you've been wanting to go down.
Yeah, and so losing usually forces you down, can force you down a path.
But you won't even know it because it'll just be like that's your option, and you wouldn't have known really. You would have had other options had you done better. You just know, oh, now I just have to go do this.
Yeah. All right, last boss round.
All right, Rigby. Let's see. Lead from the front. All right, so Rigby is going to move to the closest character and make a basic attack.
It's actually you now.
Cool. All right, someone else can roll. I don't roll against myself.
All right, take 1, Dan.
Oh,
he scratched you.
Great. Can you do it? Thank you.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, of course.
The gang member is gonna block me though because they're
so now the gang members make a basic attack if they're adjacent, which they are. So this one. All right, I'll do that one though.
Yay.
For 1. See? I have some good rolls sometimes. Awesome.
All right. That was it, right?
Great.
Next round.
All right.
So Retrograde Bruce says it's the little things like that that really make a game more challenging and fun. Love it.
Yeah. So really, sometimes you might be like, oh, we're winning this fight. This is going to be easy. But then you decide to go for the bonus objective, and it turns out like it's way harder than you expected, and you just have to scrap that plan. And you're like, no, let's just kill him and win. And so the bonus objectives really give you that sense of, do we keep fighting this? Like, do we risk just completely losing the fight to go for the bonus, or do we really want to just
look at Jim
and win?
Look at Jim going first again.
Like I said, just my natural state.
Way to go, Jim.
I got to draw up, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I was doing too much talking and not enough paying attention. Okay, I got 2 moves and 2 basic attacks.
Nice.
So, should I move down and then go hit the archer?
Or you could do that. That would be awesome. Yeah. Because if you do that, I could probably kill the melee goblin, and then...
Yeah, the melee goblin only has 1 hit point.
Yeah, so. And then Nick
okay, so I'm going to do a basic move, which gives me 3.
Yep.
And now in my range to be able to hit the goblin, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go basic attack, and I get to use my red die.
Yeah, it could happen. It happened.
Another 5.
Nice.
See, that's the roll you want. That was great. All right, so that one's dead. Now it's my turn.
That was about as good as a turn as we could ask for.
I'm going to do a basic move because Rigby's in my way right now.
I got a fireball for the next one.
Nice.
I'm going to do a basic attack on this goblin here. Even though they only have 1, I like to roll.
I know you love rolling the dice. You always just
don't take my joy from me, Nick. So I killed her, and that's my turn.
Now it's 2 boss activations in a row, though.
So, yeah.
Hopefully minions on the move. Yes, called it. Nothing.
Awesome. Nothing.
Because all the minions are
For
dead.
anyone who wants to see, minions on the move is all the minions, the archers, and
now, do the minions respawn if we hit Rigby again, or is it only at that 7?
The one time. Yeah, it says the first time, yeah.
You are getting smashed. Oh, no, this is lead from the front. So you're only taking a white die down.
Yeah.
Take 2.
All right, I can do that. Oh.
Yep. I got it.
You got me? Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Nick, can you end it?
Let's see. All right, I'm going to do a basic move. 1, 2, 3. And then basic attack. Come on. 3. Got it.
Nice job.
So that's all you have, right? So we win. And we got the bonus objectives. So
and we got the bonus.
What happened?
Things were looking a little dicey, but...
Can we turn the page on this book here?
Yeah, you set the state. Okay. So here's the resolution page. Yeah.
Can you help me? Thank you. Oh, that's just blank on my end. Oh, there it is. All right.
No,
So
you might not
the,
upload it.
the
Got
success
some
with
GGs from Retro Game Brews.
Yeah.
Game.
Yay! Thank you. So now we can level up. So this is going to be fun. We can do some fun things here. I mean, it won't be that fun. It will be kind of fun. But first,
We're gonna see what you're talking about with the leveling up of the
Yes.
different characters.
Yep. So for the when you win with the bonus or the success, we're going to get an extra bag of gold. Gosh darn it. Okay, we're going to get the always prepared passive ability. So for that,
Can you
that is-
show what you're doing there, Dan, on
Yep.
the screen?
Yep, I pulled it up so that people can read along. So we're going to receive a passive ability. We could decide amongst us who gets it, and what it allows is we all have a hand of 4 right now. It would give you up to a hand of 5. So
Yeah,
that's fine.
this is a really good one.
Yes.
So that's it right there.
And then success, you've driven back the goblin raiders. The villagers seem to be mostly unharmed, but the second group of goblins stole a baby and escaped east. What do the goblins want with a human baby, and where are they going with it? So now you have the option of pursuing the goblins or resting and investigate.
So the choice for pursuing goblins, and what was the other part? Sorry, I couldn't totally hear you.
Resting and investigating.
I want to go after the goblins. They got a baby.
Oh, sorry. So also though, we would be getting some items from Rigby, which is on the left-hand column here. So we'd be getting 1, 2, or 3 items randomly from Rigby. We'd get another bag of gold and a sewer key, and then everyone would get to level up. And then we would also be moving an item to the market, which we can buy later. So we can all level up now. So Jim, what that means for you is basically you can go into any starter class, or you could go level 2 wizard. So you can go level 2 wizard, or you could go level 1 cleric, level 1 fighter, level 1 rogue, or level 1 archer.
What is the best for my character?
It depends what you want to be. So Jim,
what are they really thinking? Going in.
So look along the back row here, Jim, and you'll notice there are a lot of different elite classes you can level up to. So usually what I like to do is just say, like, what do I want to explore? Typically I go necromancer just because I always, for some reason, I just like it. I like controlling skeletons, and the necromancer is my favorite, not just in this and Descent. When we play Descent, I'm always a necromancer also. So for the necromancer, that requires 2 levels of wizard. So if I were you, I'd go level 2 wizard, and then I'd go to level 1 necromancer after, but that's just me. You might not like that.
I'm looking at you got like warlock or shaman.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Warlock is kind of a hybrid damage, so you would take 1 level of cleric to go into that, and you actually get a pet that you can trade places with, or the pet can attack instead of you.
Okay.
That's really cute.
The imp.
What's the war mage?
War mage is you get a little bit tankier, but they have like a lot of fireballs and a lot of pyrotechnics. So I think war mage is actually
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I
think war mage would fit with Jim Wanda's.
What would I do for a war mage? I don't see it on the.
Oh, so the card is in front of the war. Oops, sorry. Here, let me.
Oh, it's in front.
So it's right in front of it, and so level 1.
So I gotta
mage,
be a
level 1 fighter,
level
level 1 wizard, and level 1 rogue. So you need 1 of each. So for you right now, you're a wizard. You could either go fighter 1 or rogue 1, and then you'd have to do the other next. And then the next level up, you could become a war mage.
And then fighter is actually pretty good because it gives you a lot of extra hit points.
I really like the class feature for war mage, the supernova. That one's fun.
I mean, the war mage is just good overall, but it also requires basically an extra level to get to, because you can't be a war mage until level 4.
So.
Okay, well, why don't we go? I'll do the fighter. You said I can get some extra hit points because of fighter?
And what's cool is, so you'll notice that when you level up into one of the starter classes, it's kind of like getting what we got, but light. So Nick gets a couple charges, a couple rock tosses in his deck. When you go level 1 fighter, you're going to get the same class feature Nick has, you're going to get the same passive ability Nick has, and you're going to get 1 charge and 1 rock toss to go into your deck. So you're kind of like a mini fighter.
Okay.
So, yep. Here's the card that you would get, right?
I'll zoom out.
I put it right in front. I put it right on your character sheet.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Okay, I see.
So
class
you get,
feature shaken off.
So
that's the healing one that I got. So you would get a copy of that.
And you get the passive tough, which gives you +3 hit points, +3 maximum hit points. So again, that's a great bonus now, but later in the game when you get a lot of cool passive abilities, you've got to decide, do you want the neat abilities or do you want the +3 hit points? And sometimes it's a tough choice. But right now you'd be getting +5 hit points and the +3, so you're actually adding 8 to your hit points, which was 6 before, so you're going up to 14.
Okay, so I see what you're talking about now on the side. I didn't notice that before.
Yep. So those are the 3 slots, right? You can have up to 3 passives.
Okay, so right now I have the wizards. Once per turn, you may move diagonally, and then I have the extra 3 hit points from the fighter. So if I end up going rogue, like I'm heading towards a war mage, then I would get potentially
You would get the nimble.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then once you go War Mage, you're going to get the War Mage's passive. So then you're going to have 4, and that's when you start to have to choose.
Yeah, you start to choose, right? Are you going to take up hit points? Or are you going to move? Yep. Exactly.
And honestly, you can mix it up each fight, right? Some fights, like there's some passives that allow you to move through walls, right? That you normally wouldn't be able to. You could treat them like obstacles. And it's like if you're going to a fight with no walls, that doesn't matter. But if you do one with walls, it obviously does. So you can mix and match them every fight and choose which ones you want when. So you can really tailor it per fight.
And in the physical game, each character has a tuck box. So you can just throw them in there and move them in and out.
Yep. So if I were cleric, which I am, and I were leveling up, actually in the campaign I'm playing right now, I started as a cleric, I went level 1 fighter, and then now I'm a level 2 paladin. I went paladin 1 and then paladin 2. So
yeah, paladin's a lot of fun.
I like the paladin, and I haven't done it in a while. So when I play with the kids, I always try and mix up what I do, and I do a couple each. And then I haven't done paladin in a while, and I was like, I haven't started as a cleric. Let's go that way out. And almost every time I start as a cleric, I go warlock because I really like the warlock. So I decided to mix it up this time. And the Dark Knight, it's like no, not the Dark Knight. Sorry. I like the Warlock. I like the Paladin. Oh, the Bishop's fun.
You do like the Dark Knight. You do like the Dark Knight.
I love the Dark Knight. That's it. But then I wouldn't do that from cleric.
With my character here, I got to change it from a wizard to.
Not yet.
Yep.
You don't change to a different base class, but anytime you level up into an elite class, that becomes your new class.
Yep, and that can get tricky because if you were qualified for 2 different ones, say you went level 1 Dark Knight and then you went level 1 Paladin, and you'd become a Paladin. But then if you went level 2 Dark Knight, you become a Dark Knight again, and then if you went level 2 Paladin, you'd switch back to Paladin. So whenever you do a level up within an elite class, you're going to flip flop as to that's your character card.
Okay.
Once you go into an elite class, no one else can. So once you go War Mage, me or Nick can't. That option's just taken from us. We can't do that anymore.
And you would also get a second class feature. You would get the fighter one, which is the heal that I used.
Yep.
And you would choose if you wanted to put that one now at the beginning of every fight or the wizard one.
Yep. And then also, we would, from the fight with Rigby, we would get some loot, which is all along the top here. I'm just going to pull one down for an example. So that's a way later fight, but that's a weapon on this sword. So you have 3 slots along the top here for a weapon, an armor, and an accessory. You can have one of each where it starts out here. And again, they're just like extra options for your hand. Once you play them, they go into your discard pile. And again, you can decide which ones you want to start on your playboard. You can shuffle the rest into your deck if you want. You can leave them out if you want. It's really up to you with how you want to build your deck and your player board for that fight, and you can change it every fight.
Okay.
And so
that's the game.
In a nutshell, yeah. Okay. And you'll notice, Jim, once you go through this game, you're going to end up with 10 of these cards because you can do 10 total levels. So you're going to have the wizard, then you're going to have the fighter. This is a bad example because, there it is. You're going to have the rogue, and then you're going to go War Mage 1, and then you might go War Mage 2, and then maybe you'll go Rogue 2.
And then you get the awesome War Mage.
War Mage 3. And so this is how you're going to end up going through this fight. And next thing you know, you're this really cool, well-rounded character. And you have, whoa, I'm totally messing with the screen right now. You're going to have 30 hit points and all these passive abilities and class features, and you got to decide what you want to do and how to build your deck best.
Very cool.
Yep. And like I said, every game is a little different. I always try and mix up what I do just to kind of get different feels. And you'll notice it just feels very different because you just have all these different, features and abilities you can do. And I don't know. I like exploring them all and seeing how they all work together I really like. I actually in the beginning didn't love being the gladiator, and then I played it like twice, and I absolutely
Gladiator's
loved
so fun.
Gladiator is so much fun. And then I found some cards that synergize with it well, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gladiator goes really well with Monk,
Mhm.
Skirmisher, and Beast Trainer, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So-
I did Gladiator Beast Trainer, and it was just unbelievable. I love that one. That was a fun synergy. I also like the
RGB
Demon
has
Hunter.
to head out, just to let you know. He said that he has to go to bed.
Oh.
But thanks for showing me how the game is played, and I'll be asking Mrs. RGB to buy the game for Xmas.
Thank you
So
so
good.
much for dropping everyone rating us tonight, RGB. That was really fun, and I hope your tournament went really, really well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The games went quick, but I just hope he does it, but has even more people playing, or at least a losers bracket, because I was 4 games in and didn't end up pulling it out. So
Oh no, that's terrible. So I think so that's the bulk of the game right there. There, like I said, the 4 main things you really need to know is building your character in the beginning, working through the campaign guide, how to handle an encounter. So in the campaign guide, there are other scenarios, and they're not all encounters. And it would say you go to the market and you can buy some items from the market. It might say that you travel and you draw a random encounter, which is just a card with a little thing that happens, but you don't actually do a full fight. And you go through these little scenarios and work through, and then you get to an encounter, and that's when you set up a fight. So then the third thing you need to know is really working through the fights, how to set them up and how to run them, and what actions to take. And then after that, you go to the leveling up. And then that's kind of the last thing you really need to know is then doing the level up and building your character.
well, didn't you say too? There's also a bunch of side quests you can do, and they're not all
The
just
side quest guides.
standard. A bunch of standard fights. Even there's no ones like you are required to like move things around the board to win. Like a very
There's a Zelda
unique
fight,
way
yeah.
of doing it. It's not just okay. You got to fight this character and beat him. There's other ones that are kind of weird but fun too.
Yep. So
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, going after the baby is what we call the football baby fight.
The next
So you guys might
fight
appreciate that.
is my favorite in the whole game. It's so much fun, and I don't think there are some fun fights, but there's none that compare to this one. This one is so much fun, in my opinion, at least. But I was
Basically, you have to run a baby into the end zone.
yes, yeah. You can lateral. You can lateral the baby. You can hand off the baby. You can do all sorts of great stuff with the baby. But I was going to say the side quest guide we funded really well, so we paid 6 other game designers to design cool little side quests that are one-shots, and we built it so you could do it 3 different ways. You could just do a one-shot when you just feel like it. You build your character to the level it tells you to. So you might build a level 3 character. You build them by grabbing 3 level up cards, a starter and 2 others, and you build that character and you just go in and you do the fight. Boom, done. The other thing you can do is you could step out of a campaign while you're playing it and do one. So you can do a campaign, get to level 3, then step out and do a level 3 side quest, maybe gain some loot for the side quest, for the campaign from the side quest, and then jump back in. And the third thing you can do is we kind of built a mini little quest through it. So you do all 6 in a row, and you gain points as you go, and you tally your points and see how good of an adventurer you were by going through this mini campaign. It's not really a mini campaign. It's just like 6 little quests you do in a row.
Yeah, is that so you can kind of grind your way out, improve yourself in the background, at least in terms of loot and stuff like that?
Yeah,
and then go back to the regular game.
You don't get levels because that would be game breaking, but you do get like extra gold, which you can use to buy stuff.
Yeah, it's not too much, just because we didn't want to make it too much of an advantage because the game is meant to be progressed really through it, but we wanted some fun things to step out with the side quest guide.
So in other words, RGB used to do a lot of on Final Fantasy VII. There's one beach where you get like 5,000 gil if you're just walking back and forth, so you can go and buy your gold chocobo. You can't do that on this one.
No, not this time.
The side quest guide is your grind if you want to go out and grind extra.
But
he's not like
too much.
It's 7 hours on this beach just going back and forth, getting 5,000 gil a worm.
Oh yeah,
but.
Yeah, no, not for this, but yeah. So that's the game in the nutshell. I think that covers pretty much everything. If we didn't do the full tutorial, usually in 2 hours, we could do I could teach this fight and the next fight. And the next fight's a lot of fun, so maybe we can coordinate a time to play that one sometime. So we could try and keep the level ups the way they are here, and come back in and do that fight sometime. Because I think that one's, I mean, it's just fun.
And the fights are geared to be like 30 to 45 minutes, so it's not like Gloomhaven where it's like 2 hours just to set up the map and then like another 2 hours to play through it. Because I love Gloomhaven, but this is a very different audience, a different subset of that kind of game.
Where there's so many classes to level up, there are so many ways to do it. We wanted people to be able to explore that, and if you have 3-hour fights for 10 or 12 fights, it's going to be really hard to go and repeat a lot, so we wanted shorter fights, we wanted some variability so that you can keep going through and just trying everything. And then we have more content on the road so that you can then start exploring even more.
And I think the system is robust enough too where we should see like some good community content, like people come up with their own campaigns. I'd love to see that.
That would be a lot of fun. We could do another side quest guide that's community driven. And so the next fight is 4 boards long. You got to run the baby from one end to the other end zone, and there are wraiths and goblins, and the wraiths are horrible because they have starting locations, and when you kill them, they just respawn where they start. So they're going to come after you, you're going to kill it, and then they're just going to restart. So you have to be strategic about it, because if they're right near their start and you kill them, they might get closer to the person with the baby, and you don't want that person to get knocked out. So you have to really figure out when and where you want to kill those wraiths, because they're just going to keep coming for you the whole game. They're relentless. But I think that's why I like it so much. I actually really like the wraiths. They were my favorite bad guy. One of my favorite bad guys.
They have really cool art too.
Yes, they have great art, and they have great great abilities, right? I just think the way they respawn is pretty cool.
So are the Wraiths coached by Belichick, so they get a little extra advantage?
They're extra evil.
Oh yeah, there you go. The Patriots are evil. So that's the game in a nutshell. So I guess thank you to everyone who came and watched. If you have questions, we're all very accessible online. I'm at Letterman Games on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everywhere, and I'm usually pretty active online all the time, so I'm always around. And the game's Adventure Tactics. You can check it out at lettermangames.com. We had a Kickstarter campaign where you can check it out. There's a lot of information about the game on the Kickstarter page. And that's it in a nutshell. We're looking to release this. It's going to start fulfilling to our backers from the Kickstarter campaign by the end of this year, and we're hoping to hit it retail by February of next year.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Like I said, it's an awesome game, and I love the variability. I don't think it would take a long time before you knew exactly how to play every possible role and how it, predict everything. So there's a long time you can be playing the game without even the expansions you guys are talking about. Then that's a whole other flavor to it.
Yep. Yeah, it's so much fun. That's my favorite part, is just exploring the different characters and leveling up through them. And I've realized when I play with my kids, I never leveled to level 5 of any of the starters, and I'm like, I should start doing that, because that's fun too, right? They're really cool as you get deeper into the starters, but the elite classes are so appealing that you just want to kind of start diving into them so early that you never really go back. So
I tried to put good stuff in the starters though, so to encourage people who.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
then you got a guy like War Mage where he's got 2 fireballs in his hand. And why would I not want to go for that?
It's true. Yeah, I mean, because even if you wanted to go Barbarian, which requires level 2 fighter, you could still go fighter 1 through 5 and then go Barbarian. So it's I should explore that more often. I don't know. Like I said, when I'm playing with the kids, because with the kids too, we all sit at the beginning, we plan it out, right? We're like, I'm going to be this game, you're going to be this, and that's the best part is planning the campaign before we even do it. We get a family attack plan and how we're going to do this, and so, you map it out and you're like, this is the elite I want. You don't even think about the starters and how deep you want to go with those, so. There's a lot of ways to explore the game. That's basically all I'm saying. There's so much you could do. Cool. All right, well, Jim,
so we're going to turn a Adventure Tactics drinking game where every time you say nutshell, everyone has to take a shot and probably be drunk.
Every time Dan rolls the maximum number to damage you, you do a shot.
Yeah, people are going to be passed out.
Right. 30 minutes but that makes sense, right? You're getting damaged. I'm going to make you drink. Boom. There you go. So that's the game. Jim, thank you so much for being our guinea pig and learning this game and having not known it and doing the tutorial with us. Nick, I love you. You're my best friend, and I appreciate you coming in, taking the time to do this. You're up anyway, but it's late at night, and so for me, it's I appreciate you staying up for this. So thanks.
Sure.
Cool. And
No, it
thanks
was
everyone
awesome.
for watching.
I've been chomping at the bit since I, backed the game months ago to actually get a chance to play it, and got a chance to play it. So that was awesome. Thank you guys.
No,
I
no
put off
problem.
watching the first episode of Mandalorian for this, so you knew it was important.
Yes, I agree. That's something.
I'm not ready for that. We're working through Shit's Creek right
And
now,
I spoiled
so-
it for myself accidentally too. Like I know what the twist is at the end, so
Come
I won't
on.
spoil it this stream.
Well, have a good rest of your night, everyone, and thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.
We'll try and do this again
Have a great
soon, Joe.
night,
Maybe we'll
everybody.
do level 2 soon. All right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Definitely interested.
Great. Good night.
All right.